Hey guys, so in today's video I wanted to talk about how was it being on dating apps as a trans woman. So I feel like it all can be broken up into three separate sections. There's being on dating apps prior to transitioning, early transitioning, and then later on in your transition. Every trans person experience is different. I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself. And let me know in the comments below if you guys can relate to any of this. So for me, being on dating apps before transitioning, I was never like ugly. I was always nervous and shy. I was never really an outgoing person that'll just, approach people out of nowhere because I was more reserved. But on dating apps prior to transitioning, I would say that I was pretty successful. I didn't really have any issues. I never really had to worry about homophobia, transphobia. I never really experienced racism on dating apps. Like, my experience was a good experience. Now, when it comes to dating apps early transition, it was terrible. It was terrible. I could put some pictures up how I looked very early in my transition. When it comes to apps like Tinder or Hinge, things like that, I got zero matches. The only attention, so to say, that I got from dating apps or just apps in general in the beginning of my transition was Grindr. When it came to Grindr, I literally had so many messages coming in that I couldn't read all of the messages. Like, it was an alarming amount, and I wasn't even used to receiving all that attention, so I was loving it. I was like eating it up. But all they wanted was sex. I mean, Grindr is like a notorious hookup app, and I can do a complete separate video about Grindr because that is his own beast. Grindr is wild, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Grindr for a good period of time because I wasn't really receiving attention elsewhere, and I am a bit of an attention whore. So yeah, with Grindr, I never had an issue with like not receiving attention or not having options. There was plenty of options and plenty of attention to go around. My issues with Grindr pretty much just dealt around dealing with chasers and DL men and just a lot. Like I said, I had to do a complete different video on Grindr. So now currently the only dating app I use is Hinge. Just because that's where I have the most success and I get the less transphobic, homophobic comment. I really don't have too many issues around my transness. People are usually nicer. People are usually like not just out looking for sex. It's people that are like actually trying to build a relationship. So I think it's really just like a different community, and like people are looking for something different on Hinge. I could be wrong, but that's my experience. When it comes to the app, I have in my bio that I am a trans woman. It is the first thing that you see when you open up. Whenever you see my profile, like, yeah, I don't hide it at all. But the thing is, most men don't read. Why don't they read? I have no clue. And I talk to women and men. So whenever women text me, or I text them and we're talking to have a conversation, and I ask them, hey, did you pay attention to my profile? Did you see that it says I'm trans? Or like some way or another, I like, tell them that I'm trans. And like, yep, I seen it in your profile, that's cool with me. Whenever I ask guys, like, hey, did you see my profile? Say that I'm trans, like, did you read everything? And they're like, oh, I didn't know that. Or, no, I didn't see that. And I'm just like, why are we matching if you didn't read? And it's not like Tinder, so it's not like they're just like swiping right. Like, they'll read through my profile and they're like, come in and actually say something engaging to what I have posted, or like start an interesting conversation off of one of my interests or something of that nature. So like, you read the profile, but how did you skip the part over where it says that I was trans? So I don't really understand that. And then from there, there's like a few responses that I get. One of the responses is, okay, sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't know. That's not something I'm interested in. Or they say that I'm only interested in biological women, or just any way that they say it, they pretty much just let me know like they're not interested in dating a trans woman. And that's cool. That's cool. Everyone has their preference. So it's just like, I wish you would have read that so you didn't just waste my time. So now, like, the moment they take me is literally the first thing that I say before we even start a conversation. Like, I need you to know, like, off the rip, I'm not wasting my time at all. Then there's the people that's like, oh my bad, I didn't see that in your profile. But I still don't take back what I said. Like, you're still beautiful. You know, I still think that we can maybe have a friendship, you know, and they kind of just move in the sense of like, you know, like, I just want a friendship. I don't want to like actually date. But that usually always leads to something else. Like they just say they want to be friends, and then when we get around each other or when we go out or whatever, they trying to be slick and they trying to do stuff that friends don't do. And I'm just like, I thought you said you just wanted to be friends. And it's like, I'm not doing it because you just want to be friends and still do other things. Like, no, if we are friends, we are that. We're just that. We're friends. We're hanging out, and we're not doing none of that other stuff. Because now you're trying to get the sex and you know all of that without going on dates. And it's like, no, I want to go on dates. I want to have a legitimate relationship. I'm tired of the just behind the closed doors or like. I'm married, but my wife doesn't have to know, or I'm in a relationship, you know, we gotta keep this on the low, or like anything of just, I'm tired of being somebody's secret. I'm not doing that no more. No. Yeah, so that's been my experience on dating apps when it came to, prior to transitioning, it was, you know, all good. I didn't have any issues in the early stages of my transition. That's where I had the most problems, the most issues, just because, you know, it was obvious that I was trans like the moment you see my profile, and people were just not the nicest, or they would just wanted sex, or to just be intrusive and ask some random ass questions. Now I don't really have as much issues, and that's because I stay away from certain apps. Hinge is the only app that I haven't received a lot of like, I don't know the word for it, but like Hinge for me has been the best experience when it comes to dating apps. So that's my experience on dating apps. Let me know in the comments if you guys experience the same things, or if there's something that I didn't mention that you would like to mention. And I'm definitely going to do a separate video about Grindr, because that's a whole different beast. That's not like a simple. Grindr's a lot. And so make sure you guys go follow my socials, TikTok, Instagram. My socials is the same on all platforms. It's literally just my name, Brooklyn A. Lunny. Make sure to follow me on TikTok because that's where I post the most. And peace out.